You ever have corn on your pizza?
No, never.
Wait a minute. I should have known this. Morgan Hall.
I
Tony
love corn
says
on my
no,
pizza.
he's never had, and Tony's a foodie, and he's never had corn on his pizza.
I've never seen it.
I saw it in Japan. That's the first time I saw it about 20 years ago.
First time I saw it was in England, but it's very common there.
England,
And I
corn
love
on
it.
your pizza.
Yeah.
Well, this makes Jim Zook very happy, Executive Director of the Michigan Corn Growers Association. He's on the other end of our AT&T line right this very second. Welcome to the program.
Well, thank you for having me today.
You ever had corn on your pizza?
Well, the corn that I represent is actually not that corn that you put on your pizza.
But what is the corn you represent? The kind that's used to make diapers and that kind of stuff?
Actually, that is one of the uses that we do have for corn. But a majority of the corn that we see here in Michigan is actually the corn that goes into to make your pork, to make your beef, your eggs that you have in the morning, and then also the fuel that you put in your car.
Corn is in everything, isn't it?
Over 5,000 items that you could actually find corn in. And, of course, as you hear more and more about some of these diets that are becoming gluten-free, corn is actually one of those items that is gluten-free.
When you say corn is used to make beef, are you saying that it's because the cattle eat corn?
That's correct.
Okay.
So the corn that we produce, the cattle either eat the corn itself or in the co-product that comes out of the ethanol industry, which is a high-protein feed ingredient. Also the same way with the pork that we have, the hogs, the pigs that eat the corn or the co-products, and then also the chickens do as well to produce those eggs that you have in the morning.
Does that make it corned beef?
Well, actually, that is a true fact. That yes, that the animals do have to have the corn in it in order to have that designation.
The crop, as I'm reading here in MLive, $1.1 billion this year in value from Michigan, corn that's grown here. Is that a good number? Is that an average number? Is that a high number?
That's probably going to be an average number for us. We actually were, actually it'll be a little bit on the low side. Just about a year and a half, 2 years ago, the value of that crop was over $2 billion.
Wow.
But just due to supply, demand, and the markets that we have, that price has significantly decreased.
So how does that compare to cherries, for instance?
That's a totally different market. Again, that would all be about supply demand. And so when they have a disaster in the spring or in their growing season and the supply is down for cherries, then obviously the price goes up. Well, we're the opposite. We're able to produce all that we need here in the U.S. to meet those domestic demands for the fuel that we produce and the livestock industry. And so with that, that has actually put pressure on our price.
It's interesting because Michigan's top three industries, as I understand it, manufacturing, agriculture, and tourism, and you can just about rotate the three as in terms of what ranking they go. And you can see why when you hear corn alone is $1.1 billion.
And the fact that you can see that just in a matter of 2 years, we've taken quite a bit of value out of that market, and so how they can fluctuate up and down depending on the current market conditions.
Is popcorn healthy for you?
Well, I don't know if it's healthy or not, but I sure do like to eat it. I suppose you do too.
And no question about it. Sometimes I'll go to the movie just to get the popcorn. I don't care what the movie is. So what kind of weather do you need the rest of the summer for this to have that corn grow as high as an elephant's eye?
Well, basically with the corn, we need heat, we need water, and if we are limited on those from here on out, then that will put some pressure on being able to have a great production, great harvest. So we're going to need some heat. Again, we want to make sure that temperature, we maximize our growing degree days.
Yeah,
So,
Jim Zook says, bring the heat for the corn crop this year. Nice to meet you, sir. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. It's Michael Patrick Shields.